Hello and welcome again to World's Forgotten Temples. You find me at Kampeng Noi, which is deep into Thailand. Now where in Thailand, I couldn't tell you because I never know where I am. I literally don't care. Being lost is a privilege, I feel. And the sun just pokes its head yet again, and what that demonstrates rather handily is these long shadows. It's really late in the day. The sun's about to disappear, as you will see in a following shot. And it's not just late in the day, it's also exceedingly late in the tour. I have been on the road now for nigh on 1 week. I have travelled approximately 2,000 kilometres, and of course I've spent my entire time cataloguing temples. I worked out last night, I'm getting up at 7 in the morning and going to bed at 8 o'clock at night. This hobby is fast becoming an obsession. And even this morning I thought we'll have a day off, go to a nearby waterfall. But guess what? I'm back with the temples again. But here we have something magnificent, because at the heart of this temple is a gentleman who's golden. He's painted gold and he sits at the very centre of it all. But the mystery is this. I have no idea who he is. I've never seen him before. But here is where he resides. This is our entranceway in, and what we note is the lintel has been defaced. What I believe was up there was an image of Vishnu. As we go through, we are going to see something quite magical, because we are entering through this doorway that points directly east. But the magic will occur in just a moment. Before we do, let's look left and right. And what we see are these antechambers. But what is worthy of note is how well this temple has been preserved. I'm in Thailand, and the Thai authorities do a fantastic job looking after these temples. It is a wonder, because putting these ancient places back together again and keeping them looking natural is no small task. Now just a few short steps and the magic will happen. There you go. Bang. Remember I said we enter through a doorway that is pointing directly east. Look at the length of this shadow. The sun is going to go directly behind that temple, because of course the way we are pointing is due west. Now this site was built under the greatest of kings. Well, certainly many would agree with that statement, and that was Jayavarman VII, the great temple builder in the 9th century. Over here we have a small library. Let's just dash over and have a quick look, because this will be a brief video. By the way, it is the weekend and there's nobody here. But in here once was potentially a statue, or as is quoted in the text that I've just read, a library. But it's hard to say. It is of course the main feature that dominates this beautifully preserved temple, and it takes an awful lot of work when you've got thousands upon thousands of them. But it's through this doorway that we see the man of gold that I don't recognize. I have no idea as to who he is. And if anyone watching does know, then please let me know. And I say again, I am not an expert. I am an enthusiast, and I learn as I go along. But here in this temple, that at current is empty, far away in a mystical land, dwells a temple that's nigh on 1,000 years old, and at its heart is this man of gold. So here it stands, another ancient giant that slumbers alone. And as to who it is that rests in his heart, that man that is painted gold, I couldn't tell you. I sincerely hope somebody could.
Well, I was very fortunate. On leaving this site, I bumped into two young apprentice monks, and they told me the man in gold's name.
Now, I've been chatting with some monks, well, pointing and indicating these young lads here. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And they've actually answered the mystery for me just as I was leaving as to who the gentleman in gold is. And he is
Lucy.
Lucy.
Yeah.
So there you go. These young chaps have identified as to who this is, and his name is Lucy. And the sun now is just a slither away from disappearing behind this wonderful Goliath, indicating that way is west, which is also oddly the way to my hotel. As I say, thousands of kilometers lay behind me, and yet another fantastic temple goes into my big bag of temples. And I suppose the biggest payoff of what I do is tonight, when I rest my head on my pillow, it is quite simply full of wonderful memories. And is there any greater reward? Well, to me, certainly not. I hope you've enjoyed a quick trip round this temple that didn't have too much to say, but we still had a mystery, which is great. And if by chance you could help me build up a library of these ancient temples, often neglected and forgotten, then I would be truly grateful. Now, how you do that is you go to www.patreon.com/temples. As simple as that. As always, this has been Mr. B, and I wish you absolutely nothing but the very best. You be sure to take good care now.